You're listening to The Swingdom, the champion podcast of the year. 2 guys, 28 clubs, 0 putts given, with your hosts, Ben Ridner and Gunnar Kane.
You doing some sort of Bryson flex in the camera?
I'm trying to point, but it's not letting me point because my camera keeps freezing. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Swingdom. The audio is going to be fine this week, but the camera, I'm having some camera issues, and me and Gunnar decided to just run with it anyway. So if you notice that I'm staying alarmingly still, I'm not having a sort of fit or anything. It's just my camera.
Which is, this is appropriate because last week I couldn't even get my camera to turn on. No. So this is par for the course. Welcome to the Swingdom, everybody. I am Ben. I am 0.5. No, 50% is 0.5 of 1%. I'm not 0.5% because that's way, way small. I am half of the Swingdom duo. And I'm here with Gunnar, who is 99.5% of the Swingdom. What's going on, Gunnar? I'm 99.5% of Swingdom hosts that use Excel spreadsheets to record things for the show.
Yes.
That's it. That's my only 99% of work.
Yes. Yeah, I have not done much on the spreadsheets. We've got news this week. Sorry we did not get out to you on Wednesday as usual, but we both have had a pretty hectic week. Congratulations to Gunnar for doing stuff this week.
Yes, congratulations to you too.
I've had 2 golf matches this week, of which I've won both.
Yep,
1-1 today.
I need to get my soundboard ready.
Yeah.
You have a soundboard. I have a button.
I have a soundboard, but for some reason I don't like that. That noise is not on YouTube Music, which I can get for free. Pew, 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 pew. Pew, 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 pew. There you go. So yes, we won our match today. So thank you to everybody who's listening and who cares. 4-2.
4-2 is pretty good.
Yeah. So we're going to be talking a little bit about match play because the LPGA is playing match play this week.
Mm-hmm.
They're doing round robin, and something absolutely made me beyond angry, and we'll talk about that a little bit. But first, we're going to talk about the news. Then we're going to recap you know what? Let's not recap the PGA Championship.
Okay.
Some old guy won. Nobody cares. It's no big deal.
Well, I'm going to recap some of it.
All right. We'll recap.
I'll recap the last 10 minutes of it
because that's all you watched.
Yeah, well, kind of. Okay. I was watching highlights the whole tournament, just because I've been so busy.
Yeah,
and I had to set an alarm on my phone to make time to watch the final round.
No, I watched every minute of this thing. I was loving it. Number one, it comes on at it doesn't start till 7:00 at night here.
Oh my goodness.
Which is so nice. I never thought I'd be like, wow, that's really nice, but it was. It started at 7:00 at night and ended at midnight. It's like the NBA playoffs.
Yeah.
Like it was amazing. So we're gonna get in the news. We're gonna talk about the US Open, and then we're gonna talk a little bit about the Charles Schwab and our picks.
The PGA Championship.
Oh, sorry, but the PGA Championship.
You said US Open, which is the first time you've said US Open on the show.
Yeah, so we've got that. We've got and we got the Charles Schwab, which it's been interesting.
Yes.
Spieth.
Oh man, I tell you, Jordan Spieth is the man of Texas.
Is he back, or is he just like Texas back?
His putter is so back.
Yeah.
Which is the only thing that was really missing from him.
Yeah.
And I mean, even just yesterday's, spoiler alert, the cut's been made. Even just yesterday, like on 18 for Jordan Spieth. Oh my gosh. He finds himself into trouble and putts his way out of it. Just like old old Jordan Spieth.
Little Jordan
He's
Spieth.
back.
It was one of those things like he wasn't like that much better than everybody else when it came to the rest of the course, but his putter was like nearly a stroke better than everybody else
Yes.
for the day. And if he can get back to that, I don't know that he's going to be unstoppable. I think he's got another major or two in him.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Especially if he's playing this well, I don't know that I see him this year at St. George's, but I definitely see him as like a great shot of winning at St. Andrews next year.
Does Jordan Spieth ever win the PGA?
No, that's the only one he doesn't have.
I know, but does he ever win it? Do you think he has it?
I think if there's a course in Texas, yeah. If they play it in Texas.
That's such a shame.
Sure. Like
he's definitely good enough to have the Grand Slam.
I mean, it's sort of hard to say because like the PGA over the last 10 years has had 6 one-time winners. I think we discussed this last
6.
week.
Mm-hmm.
And then the last the last 2 out of the last 3 years was Brooks.
Mm-hmm.
So you know what I mean? It's like I think we all know this that putting it in the water on 12 in like 2018 or 19 at Augusta is still living just like rent free in his head.
Yeah, but even Augusta Nationals had 6 one-time winners in the past 10 years.
Yeah.
And 2 of the remaining 4 is Jordan Spieth.
I also think everybody over the last 2 years have just like over the last 4 years, everybody's just been getting that much better. Like the game is changing a little bit. Bryson is going for long ball. Like it just sort of is what it is. Like, I mean, we all know Bryson can't putt, so
it's so true.
Yeah. I'm yawning a lot. I really apologize for this. My bad.
I'm yawning less today because it's 9:30 in the morning.
Yeah. Let's talk about the thing that we always have to talk about first. This is Tiger Woods.
Uh-huh.
Tiger Woods is still rehabbing. He says this rehab is harder than anything else he's ever had to do in his life. And that makes sense because like his foot is made 80% of metal at this point.
Yep.
Like I'm surprised they didn't just cut it off.
Yeah, he said something really interesting. But he kind of all right. Well, so he said, I just want to, he was asked, I guess, about playing golf again. He said, I just want to be able to walk on my own again.
That's the quote that's sort of going around. Yeah.
Which is really sad. I mean, it's telling of how bad this injury is.
But that's what he was saying 4 years ago when he got his back fused.
That's what I was going to say. Yeah. I just want to get down on the floor and play with my kids.
Yeah.
And have a good life. And so I don't really know, you know, he says that about his back and then he wins the tour championship and the Masters. So I don't know if this is just his way of just pushing the question.
Everybody.
Yeah, just pushing the question so he doesn't have to talk about it.
Yeah, I mean, like at this point, we all know Phil won at the PGA Championship. Since we're a week late, everybody in the world knows Phil won. I messaged you this. I said, how much do you think Tiger Woods is kicking himself with his metal foot that he's not playing Kiowa Island this week? Phil's got 3 putts to win. Yeah. Like what?
Here's my thought. I've got a take on this. If Tiger Woods played at Kiowa with Phil Mickelson, Tiger Woods misses the cut, but Phil doesn't win.
Yeah.
I think it was the Phil show.
Yeah. Yeah, well, and like, so this is like my like next bit of news is like the PGA had to apologize to Phil and Brooks for losing control of the fans on 18.
Oh man, it was sweet. Brooks
was scary.
So mad. Phil didn't look like he cared.
You don't storm the court in golf.
Yes, you do. You used to. It's historically, I think they do. I think they do storm the course.
Yeah.
It used to be. We talked a lot about Byron Nelson in the past couple of weeks. Do you think Byron Nelson had people behind ropes? No.
I mean, we've seen it a few times. We saw it when Tiger Woods I think it was at the Tour Championship. It was Tiger and Rory.
It was a Tour Championship. Yeah.
Yeah, we saw that.
You were hoping it was going to freeze.
Yeah, I was. We saw it there. I mean, you do see it a few times here and there, but it's like it was really sort of strange to see it at the PGA Championship. And it was really strange to just watch everybody get lost because, like, somebody jumped up and grabbed Phil's shoulders.
Oh, yeah. And did you see them get tackled?
Yeah.
Oh, it was sweet.
Like, to be fair, that would have been me. I would be like, yeah, Phil, give me that putter. Speaking of Phil Mickelson.
Phil the Thrill
Mickelson.
Yep.
You want to talk about another apology or you want to talk about Phil?
Another apology?
Yeah.
Yeah, do the apology because I want to talk about Phil.
Okay, Van Rooyen.
Eric Van Rooyen.
Yes, he had to apologize because on the second round at 17, he hits a bad shot. I think it goes in the water, and he breaks the head off of his club against the tee marker.
Oh, yeah. And it almost, who does it almost hit?
No, I don't know. It just sort of goes out into the pond. Like, and you're just sort of like, yeah, no. Yeah,
oh, no, I think a
no,
part of that
yeah.
tee marker broke and went flying towards whoever he was playing with, caddy.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I think he broke the tee marker too.
Yeah, definitely. I know they had to replace the tee marker. They definitely broke that.
But like a piece of it went flying at the other caddy.
But he went on to shoot 82. So definitely was missing the cut.
Yeah, it totally worked.
At that point,
yeah.
you just fall into the water and hope there's a gator nearby.
Yeah, you feed yourself to the gators.
Yeah. All right, back to Phil. This.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is the news you have.
Oh yeah. So Phil the Thrill, current defending PGA champion.
Phil the Thrill and Tom the
Terrible.
Tom the Terrible.
It's actually Tom Terrific, lame.
Terrific Tom, yeah.
Tom Terrific and Phil the Thrill. Phil
Tom
Mickelson,
the last pick.
And yeah, Mr. Irrelevant, Tom Brady. 7-time Super Bowl champion.
Yeah.
And I want to say 3-time Super Bowl MVP.
Yeah.
Facing off against do we have a nickname for Bryson?
Bad Bryson.
Bad Bryson. BAD. And Aaron Rodgers in the match 4 presented by Capital One in Big Sky, Montana.
Montana. I'm really excited to see Big Sky. I think it's like
Moonlight Basin. Yeah.
Yeah, I really want to see this place. Like, there's a few places in the States that they just feel like they're out of the way, but I just know that I have to go to before I die. They're just like bucket list places.
Mm-hmm.
Like St. Andrews is bucket list, TPC Sawgrass is bucket list. The Black Course at New York State at Bethpage, yeah. Did I say Pebble Beach already?
Mm-hmm.
Pebble Beach. And then there's like Kohler.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's I think it's Big Sky, and then there's like wherever the Bass Pro Championships is.
Oh yeah.
Where you've got to take a pontoon out to that green.
I like the Bass Pro Championship.
Yeah, I love that.
I like to watch it. It looks good on TV.
Yeah. Well, it's great because you get all the old timers in because it's just like it's a souped up par 3 like championship.
It basically is a par 3 course.
Yeah.
But it looks fun.
Yeah, it's like it is the sickest par 3 course in the world.
With other pars.
Yeah. I forget what that place is called. Like, but yeah, Kohler is like Kohler, and then that place, like wherever the Bass Pro Championship is. I would love to see if they did like a warm-up match playing that par 3 course.
Yeah. So this is going to be July 6th. So next, it's almost June, so who cares? So next month, on TNT, it's going to be pay-per-view, but I'll buy it.
It's going to be pay-per-view?
Yeah, they're always pay-per-view. I don't know how much they're paying though. So, I can look that up. But I'm very
Cedar
excited.
Lodge. Sorry, Big Cedar Lodge. And they've got like 9 courses. and it looks absolutely insane.
Oh, it's gonna be so sick.
Yeah.
I'm so excited for it.
So there's that. Why is it? I don't remember being paid. It wasn't pay-per-view the last time I watched it.
Uh-huh.
Okay, maybe I missed it.
1, 2, and 3 were all pay-per-view. Yeah.
I think this is I've got a couple of other things I just want to sort of get out of the way. The Memorial is offering Johnson & Johnson vaccinations to patrons.
I love it.
That's really cool.
I absolutely love it.
But isn't that Jack's tournament? Isn't it the Memorial at Jack's place?
Mm-hmm.
Look, you know how much I hate getting political.
Jack had it.
Yeah, but I thought Jack was like pro-Trump. Like, I know he endorsed Trump.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought like that side of the aisle was still ignoring that this was a thing.
Not entirely.
Okay. I also thought it was interesting because it was like the Memorial offers vaccinations, what the article was, but it didn't mention Jack in it at all.
Well,
and like you would think like Jack is in like that age group. He's had it. He's probably been vaccinated. He's probably first in line to be vaccinated. And I just found it a bit strange that like in the article, like they didn't mention him at all. Like this was his idea or like it's Memorial at Jack's place or like it seems like something that the people of Ohio are sort of taking charge of and Jack doesn't really want credit for.
Yeah. I think when it comes to now there's so many factions of politics, but I think there are 5 main subgroups of voters.
Yeah.
They're you vote for the guy on the left, or you vote for the left, or you vote for the guy on the right, or you vote for just the right.
Yeah.
Or you're in the middle. I think Jack's more of I don't think Jack's like isn't Brian Harmon sponsored by like Trump National?
Yeah.
They're boys. They like each. I think Jack's just a Republican, which is
okay. That's fine.
So he endorses the Republican part. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't think Jack's like I don't think Brian Harmon's even like don't get vaccines. I just it's just so splintered everywhere that it's really hard to
I just didn't know. Like I just thought it was weird that it was like at Jack's place, but nobody mentioned Jack's place. We forgot to talk about this whole I guess we'll talk about this a bit later, but we'll talk about it before we talk about the tournament last week because it sort of has to do with it. Congratulations to Molly Morco Simon, who is the new commissioner of the LPGA. She's taking over for Mike Wan.
Yep.
Mike Wan will be taking over the USGA in the next 10 months. So they're both sort of transitioning out of that position. Since I want your opinion on this.
Do you think Mike Wan was watching the PGA and just drooling at the idea do you think he was watching it because Kia was hard enough?
Yeah.
Do you think he was like just watching how hard it was and saying, how can I make this 1,000 times harder?
Yeah, I think this is
I want Kiowa Island.
For every opportunity that like the PGA has had to help the LPGA.
Yeah.
And they haven't.
Yeah.
Like I forget, I was watching something I was watching the PGA Championship. And it was like tournaments to watch next week, right?
And
it was the PGA, it was the Charles Schwab, it was the senior tour the senior PGA or the senior USGA championship, the senior championship.
Yep.
Then
listed
the Corn Ferry Tour. And then underneath that was the LPGA. And I was just like, how do you list the Corn Ferry before the LPGA?
The Corn Ferry Tour.
And I was like, how do you list the senior tour before the LPGA?
Listen, if you said we gotta shorten up events, or we're gonna on the LPGA, or we lose the Corn Ferry Tour altogether, I'd lose the Corn Ferry Tour altogether.
Yeah.
If I had to pick between the two, if I had to get rid of the Corn Ferry Tour or lessen the amount of tournaments on the LPGA,
Yeah.
I'd get the Korn Ferry Tour and keep the
Like
LPGA.
I get like what the Korn Ferry Tour is. It does just bother me that they've gotten rid of Q School.
Yep.
Like now it's Q School for the Korn Ferry. So they basically have made themselves like a G League or a minor league.
Yep.
And then they don't really do a whole lot to like endorse it or keep it relevant other than just throw money at it. And it's like, I still don't watch it. It's not televised.
It's also not fun.
No.
It's just like if they
The best golfers out of college are going straight to the PGA Tour.
it's just like if you televised a
minor league game.
no,
It's like summer league in the NBA.
minor league games are sweet. As a matter of fact,
Minor league games are sweet in person.
I'm wearing a Richmond Flying Squirrels t-shirt here. This is the San Francisco Giants AA team.
That's what I'm saying. Minor league is like
They're amazing.
You would never watch them on television.
Yes, I would. Tell me I wouldn't. Tell me I wouldn't watch minor league.
You wouldn't watch the Richmond Flying Squirrels on television.
You're a damn liar, and you just lied to everybody who listens.
You
to
just
it.
lied to everybody.
No, I would totally watch it on MILB TV. By the way.
So you're telling me if there was, that's a great face I'm making. So you're telling me if there was any other sporting event on.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm saying if it's Thursday at the Charles Schwab or it's the Richmond Flying Squirrels,
mm-hmm.
Which are you watching?
I'm flipping back and forth during commercials.
Oh,
you don't know me.
I'm DVRing one. I'm going to watch it later.
I'm going to watch it later. 6 months later.
I don't believe you. Okay.
I would watch it.
I want to hear your opinion on this, right? So they're playing, the LPGA is playing, they've got their match play tournament on this week.
Mm-hmm.
And it is right now they're still in the round robin, or yesterday they were in the round robin. Today they're starting the one-on-ones.
Mm-hmm.
What's this? It might have been Thursday. I keep forgetting what day it is. Carlotta Segunda playing up the 18th.
Mm-hmm.
I forget who she was playing against. I think it's like Schertzel. I'm just gonna look it up so I don't get this wrong. So she is playing against Sarah Schmelzel on day one of the Bank of Hope LPGA match play, right?
Mm-hmm.
They go into 18 tied.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You know what tied means?
All square.
All square. Whoever wins this hole wins the match.
You asking me?
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay.
Did you not know?
Carlotta Segunda birdies it to win the hole.
Yep.
Guess the LPGA gave her a slow play penalty because she took longer than 30 seconds to hit the ball.
Yeah. You mean you don't get more than 30? So there's not like a, hey, this is for the whole match. You get a little bit of extra time because we know it's stressful. Rule here.
She birdied. She should get an extra 30 seconds because she's not hitting a fourth shot.
Right.
How do you get a slow play penalty on a birdie?
Yeah, you're waiting for your opponent.
Yeah, like what do you mean? I don't understand this. I don't. Mm-hmm. Well, no, you get 30 seconds. Once you stand to your ball, you only get 30 seconds, and that's it. Number one, these rules do not affect slow play in a meaningful way. Get rid of them.
Yep.
Get rid of them. I get it if somebody's hitting up on you.
Mm-hmm.
If somebody's hitting up on you, and but like we all know that this is like one of those secret rules of golf, where like if you're televised, like they're not assessing you a slow play penalty.
Nope.
The only people I've ever known to get slow play penalties are amateurs, non-superstars.
Yep.
Like
how many times have they threatened Bryson DeChambeau with a slow play?
Kevin Na,
but never actually get. Oh, Kevin Na takes forever. He's never gotten it.
No.
They threaten them.
This
They
is
say, hey, you got to pick up the pace.
So she lost the hole and the match because of this.
It's ridiculous.
I would have thrown, and this is one of those things where she shakes the hand, she thinks she's winning, and somebody doesn't show up till 2 or 3 hours later.
Yep.
And said, "Oh, we reviewed it. You were on television. It took you longer than 30 seconds." If I don't,
it's
so
absolutely
wait. So you're telling me that as long as you take 30 seconds, you can hit 15 shots?
Sure.
But if you're hitting for birdie and you go over that 30-second allotment, you lose the hole and you lose the. I would have lost my stuff.
No, it's absolutely stupid.
I would have lost my stuff all over the place.
No, it's dumb.
I would have just sat on the hole for 2 hours. They would have had to get security to make me leave.
Yeah. Oh, 100%.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I would have just taken the cup out with my bare hands and be like, no, nobody gets to play anymore.
It's like that would be like kicking dirt on home plate. That would exactly be that. Exactly. You rip the cup out and you throw it.
You throw it right in the pond.
Or you rip the base. I've seen it where they've ripped third base out.
Yeah.
They've pulled third base right out and just chucked it into the infield.
Yeah.
Into the outfield. It's so
like
funny.
I would just pick up the flag and throw like a javelin into the pond.
Yep.
Oh. So like it doesn't make any sense. Like it's a birdie. It's a birdie.
Yep.
It's a birdie.
That's unacceptable.
How? Okay. RNA is expecting 25 to 75% occupancy of patrons there. You coming with me and you? We going?
Yep.
I'm talking to a friend, so I might go. I might just go and put a recorder in my pocket and just talk the whole time and put that out.
Oh, you could.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm gonna make it.
And then apparently Shane Lowry dings the claret jug.
Of course.
Everybody does. Zach Johnson dinged it as well. Apparently he took it to a silversmith, and the silversmith in Florida that he took it to said, yeah, I've seen this a few times before.
Yeah. Have you seen, the picture that back when Bryson was
little
saying, no, he was saying something. This is when the Bryson Brooks feud started.
Yeah.
And Brooks responded with that picture of his PGA championship trophies and his Wanamakers and his
who needs a six-pack when you've got 4?
Oh yeah, it was about the body issue. Yeah. He said, why did they put Brooks on there? He doesn't even have abs. I have abs. And he said, who has a 6-pack? I already have 4.
Yeah.
And he's got his 2 PGA championship trophies and his 2 US Open trophies. And one of the US Open trophies, I noticed this because there's this whole feud between them right now, which is gorgeous. I absolutely love what's
We're going to get into that in a little bit. I was going to wait till we talked about the US Open to get into that.
But this has something to do with ding trophies.
Yeah.
And I noticed that one of the US Open trophies, has the little cap on the top.
Yeah.
It has a little lid. Well, the one on the left, I would assume is this first one, is completely straight. And the one on the right is tilted down to the left. And I'm so wondering if he dropped it. Because there's no way that he purposefully put the lid on crooked. I bet you that thing's busted up.
Well, that's the thing is, if it was, I think if it's the time in which he had it, because the way it works is you get it for a year.
Mm-hmm.
Like you get it it goes in your trophy case for a year.
Yep.
Well, we also saw Colin Morikawa drop it last year.
Completely drop it.
Like he picked it up. He's like, oh, I thought the lid was attached. I've never seen anybody take the lid off. And he just chucked the lid. I think this is the same with I think it's the same with all the trophies except for the Masters trophy, which I think they give you. But like if you win the claret jug, it's then like 20, it's like 10 or 20,000. And you get like a 9/10 size replica, so it can never be confused for the original.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's the same. So if the one on the left was the replica that he had made after winning it the first time, then yes, it'd be perfect. If the one on the right was the Wanamaker that everybody tooled around for a year for the last 103 years, Like, yeah, it's going to not be a circle.
No. It was definitely tilted.
Yeah.
Like this thing's busted up.
Yeah, I imagine it is. Yeah. So those trophies, I mean, I think that's sort of I guess the weird thing about the Masters is that it's not a trophy with your name on it for all time.
Oh, I thought there was, because it's a trophy of the clubhouse.
I thought
I thought it was
they just
on bases. There's an original that they put like one of those little
yeah, I just didn't really but you never
buttons
see
on.
it because the green jacket's so important.
Right.
So I didn't know if everybody's name was on it or if it was just sort of like Matt, if I thought it was just with the Masters trophy because it is the clubhouse. I thought it was just your name on it with the year and the score.
I think everybody gets that. I think in the clubhouse somewhere there is the one with everybody's name on it.
Oh, okay. But that's what I'm saying. Like the claret jug, it's everybody's name from all time.
Yeah.
I saw it in person at a soccer match in DC. And it goes up the first one started up the sides. And then they had to build the platform.
These in 100 years, these trophies are going to rival the Stanley Cup.
Yes. Yeah. The only reason they don't already is because there's only one name on it.
There's only one winner. Yeah.
Yeah. Instead of 30. All right. You want to talk about the U.S. Open?
Yeah. Phil the Thrill does it
last week.
They played it. Kiowa Island. It was amazing.
That course looked so hard.
Yeah, so long.
I've got that course on. Yeah, that was the crazy thing. It's going to be playing a little bit short this week. It's going to be playing 7,500 yards. Normally it plays 7,800 yards.
Nuts.
I played it on the simulator and I shot a 97.
There you go.
That was auto putting. I did not putt myself.
Oh.
Yeah.
No, I loved it. It was great. Beautiful golf course. It's we were talking before we started that Colonial at the Charles Schwab doesn't really do it for anybody. It's more of a municipal course. This is a destination course.
This is a destination course. Yeah.
It's
definitely on my
gorgeous.
list. I was going to say it's definitely on my list. I was going to say day 1 and day 2, I thought were going to be windy. I thought we're going to be crazy.
Yep. Well, and we saw Jordan Spieth in contention on day 1.
Yeah.
We saw Victor Hovland in contention, John Rahm. And then day 2, was it day 2 or day 3 that Phil made that run?
I think it was day 3.
Day 3.
I'm a bit I've been watching some of the Charles Schwab. Some I've already sort of
backed it out.
Yeah, I've already sort of backed out a little bit of it. Sorry about that.
But I mean, it's just great. I love it.
I wasn't not that I said, I watched the whole thing. Bryson couldn't putt worth a darn.
Nope.
Brooks just has this mentality of I've got to beat 20 guys and I'm going to beat them.
Yeah.
I was surprised to see Louis Oosthuizen in it. For as long as he was. But then again, I do have to remember that he has a major.
Yes.
I
was talking to somebody
and been playing really well for the last 6 months. He's definitely trending up still, and he's finishing second there.
They said, "Who's Louis Oosthuizen?" And I was like, "What do you mean, who's Louis Oosthuizen?" They're like, "I've never heard of him." And I was like, "That's such an American golf take." Because if you just like golf, it was very. He's got
a British Open. Yeah.
I was just shocked. I was like, "Well, he's amazing." So
yeah, he's really good. I was gonna say he almost won in the 2 weeks ago at the group challenge.
Yep.
When Leishman and Cameron Smith took the championship. So I'm a bit slower today than I normally am. My apologies.
I'm totally slow today.
Yeah, but it was amazing watching the crowd come up on 18. Like I said, I got a little bit scared just because you couldn't see any there was a lot of energy going. He had a 2 putt to win. He's the oldest major champion in history.
Yep, he has 6 majors.
Yeah.
No,
I thought he had more than 6 majors.
no, he only had 5. And I learned that he was 35 when he won his first one,
Yeah.
which shocked me because he was playing when he was 19.
Yeah. It took him a long time to get out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Tiger Woods won like 7 before he won
one. Yeah. So that's what I was saying. Like Tiger Woods is sitting at home just kicking himself, being like, if Phil's like, I've beaten Phil so many times in majors. How could I have done this to myself? Like, I think Tiger now has 2 like real proper opportunities for majors that have just gone out the window.
Yep.
Like,
Absolutely.
So just is what it is. What are you going to do about it? It was great to see. The course is beautiful. Old man time. Father Time 0, Phil Mickelson 1.
Yeah, 100%.
This is the first time you can ever see Father Time has not won.
Yeah.
He's gone from 5 to 6. He's now in the same likeness as Sir Nick Faldo, who I hope that Phil Mickelson replaces very soon in the booth.
Oh, Phil would be great in the booth.
Yeah. I forget. I was watching this thing on what was it from? I'll have to look it up. I'll tell it next time. But he's in the booth with Nick Faldo and he says, like, I'm really good at 3 things. He's like pitching and putting, like playing golf and talking golf. I think he's just playing golf and talking golf. And Nick Faldo just for like 30 seconds is like, what's the third thing? You said 3 things. What is it? What's the third thing? And Phil's just like, what? He's like, well, you said you're good at 3 things. And he's like, well, I'm not good at counting. Like, I don't know what he said at the end. Phil was just sort of like, Phil was just absolutely making a joke of it. And Mr. Faldo, Sir Nick Faldo, just absolutely couldn't handle it.
Oh, that's right. Because that's the time when they asked him if he could come in and do like 15 minutes.
Yeah.
And he did 2 hours of broadcasting.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh no, I hope that him and I don't think him and Bones left on good terms, but I would love it if Bones was on the course and Phil was in the booth and we can hear that banter that we assumed they had on the golf course.
I still am in the camp that that was a mutual parting. I'm still totally
I'm not saying that it wasn't mutual. Like, I'm just saying, like, I don't know if there were any hard feelings.
Was he on Colin Morikawa's bag when he won the PGA?
No. He was on. I was just saying the PGA Championship this year. He was on Max Homa's bag. We talked a little bit about that a few weeks ago.
No, but he was on somebody's bag and they won.
Yeah, he was on Justin Thomas's bag when they won.
Thomas's bag. That's right.
I don't think he didn't win a major. It wasn't for a major, was it?
It wasn't a major.
No, it wasn't for a major, but they played in the final group with Phil.
Yes.
So it was Bones and Justin Thomas and Phil and Phil's brother. And you can just sort of tell that, like, they were in the zone. Everybody was in the zone.
Yeah. I think it was more of a Bones got tired. He was getting tired. And he was like, I know a lot about golf. I can talk a lot about golf. I can't be walking these courses with this bag week in, week out. But I can do it every now and again.
To pick and choose your weeks when you want to go, like, caddy for people that you like and think are fun and funny.
Yeah.
Like, I would love that. Like, Bones should start a podcast where he just, like, caddies for somebody for 9 holes.
And then talks about it.
And they both just, like, get mic'd up.
Yeah.
They just mic up the whole thing. And it's not anything crazy. It's just 9 holes. Maybe, yeah, and that would just be amazing. I would love that. Phil, yeah, I was very surprised to see Phil win the U.S. Open. Him and Brooks were going out. Phil was at -10 at one point, which I'm not sure the PGA really wanted to see.
Oh, I doubt they wanted to see that.
Yeah. But then everybody came back down to earth. Brooks didn't have it.
Nope.
Is it because Bryson was living in his head rent free, according to this most recent tweet?
No, and I think that tweet, to be honest with you, I think that tweet says that Brooks is living in Bryson's head.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well,
that's exactly what he's saying.
We'll get it. It's like the only reason I don't want to get into that right now is just because like I think
I want to see where it goes first.
I think Brooks was just going like I could win, or I could witness history.
And
I'd rather like witness history.
I think Brooks lost. I think he
got caught up in the moment of watching Phil.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't be surprised if it comes out later that he was shooken up by the crowd.
Oh yeah, I mean, I would be surprised because I think it's a cheap bailout.
Yeah, but it's understandable.
Well,
it's also understandable.
Yeah. Well, no, it's not really because like I think in a major he was playing at the Masters, he was playing at the group in front of Tiger.
So
you still have to deal with all that Tiger nonsense when you're playing in the group in front of him.
Well,
I think he even went out for one of his majors and played with Tiger and won against Tiger.
I tell you what, you play in front of a bunch of drunk South Carolinians who then
by a bunch, you mean 3?
who then
mashed potatoes,
who then bum rush you by the thousands, and then see if you can make the putt.
I was a little bit like just because we live in a time where everything is about culture, social identities. If that had been Tiger, smaller, the same size, or bigger?
Bigger.
Okay.
I think totally bigger.
Okay.
And you know what? Tiger Woods wouldn't have met it with a bunch of thumbs up. Phil Mickelson got his shoulder yanked by a fan, and then 3 steps later shot the thumbs up around the crowd. It was beautiful.
That's just what he does. Gorgeous. He does it nonstop. I think he's just practicing his grip.
There was more thumbs ups to the crowd than there were people in the crowd.
Yeah, he's like, oh, I learned how to do it from Arnie, so I just give thumbs. I just want everybody to feel welcome. That chip in on 10 from the sands.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, and then he was great. He gave the ball to a fan in one of those like massive mechanical wheelchairs.
Yeah.
Who had, again, you're better at this than I am. He had some sort of inability. A syndrome of sorts. So, yeah. Phil wins the PGA Championship.
Phil the Thrill Man, I love him.
Yep. He motivated me to win my best ball championship today. My best ball
good.
thing.
Do you want me to run through our picks real quick?
Yeah.
All right.
So
I had John Rahm, Daniel Berger, and Justin Thomas. Justin Thomas missed the cut. John Rahm finished T8. Daniel Berger T75. I had Dustin Johnson as my long shot missing the cut, and he did. And then my prop bet was Rory shoots the lowest round. That did not happen. Our bonus was 64. I had over 64 was the lowest round. You had under 64 was the lowest round. I got that one. You had Victor Hovland, Mark Leishman, and Jordan Spieth. Went T30, missed the cut, and T30 respectively. You had Keegan Bradley finishing T15, just missed it at T17.
Oh my God, that was so annoying.
And you had a one-time major winner winning, and you had a 5-time major winner winning. We have a special guest.
That counts. I get half a point.
I finished the week 1,279. You finished 284. So I did gain some traction back on you.
But I did 1,000.
Oh, because John Rahm had 500-point bonus.
Oh,
they had a 250-point bonus, and my bonus was 250 points.
Okay. All right. What's up, Abigails?
Are you doing the dishes? Right on.
I already did them.
You did the dishes? Give me some.
Can she come over here and do my dishes?
No. All right, go dry them.
All right, you talk to Abigail. I'm going to
There you
do.
go.
Is there anything else? Should we just get into the read?
Yeah, you can do the read.
All right, I'll do the read.
You're listening to The Swingdom, the champion podcast of the year. 2 guys, 28 clubs, 0 putts given, with your hosts, Ben Ridner and Gunnar Kane.
No, that was the wrong button. I pressed the wrong button.
It's time for us to put down our bag and hear from our sponsors.
Hey, what's going on, guys? You enjoy watching the PGA Championship this last weekend? I certainly did. It looked a bit windy out there at Kiowa. If you're having a hard time hearing over the wind, check out Belltone Hearing Aid Centers of New Jersey. They're located on the Jersey Shore. The phone number is 888-9000 or 493-732-493-0900. Again, that's 732-888-9000 or 732-493-0900. Check them out on BelltoneJerseyShore.com. You can find them on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all of those fun places. But if you're having a hard time hearing the golf that you want to hear because of ambient noise or the lack thereof, and you don't trust your old hearing aid and you want a new one, check out Jersey Shore, Belltone Hearing Aid Centers of New Jersey on the Jersey Shore. Use the code word golf, get a free pack of hearing aids, get a free hearing test. Code word golf, that's GOLF. And we'll catch you back on the show.
And now to your hosts, Ben Ridner and Gunnar Kane.
Yeah, wow. And we're back. What a great read. We're at the Charles Schwab. We're 2 days into the Charles Schwab already. And guess what? Jordan Spieth is crushing it.
He is crushing it.
He is in the lead.
He is currently in the lead by 1 stroke.
Mm-hmm.
Big showing on Thursday.
Yep.
At 7 under, and then shot another 4 under yesterday. Him and Jason Kokrak, I think, are going to go at it this week.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if this is a wire-to-wire win for Jordan Spieth.
Mm-hmm.
But I also think like him and Justin Kokrak, I always mess up. It's Jason Kokrak.
Yeah, that's what I was like, does he have a brother? What's happening?
Justin and James. So it's very difficult. That's not true. I wouldn't be surprised if the two of them jumped and maybe Jason was 5 strokes ahead of third, but him and Jordan were within a stroke or two of each other.
Yeah.
I could kind of see that happening this week, just with how well they're playing.
Yeah, I mean, it's very interesting. Like, so they're playing in Fort Worth, Texas.
Mm-hmm, at Colonial.
The Dallas Fort Worth. They're playing at Colonial. Almost at Canolial. That's not right. Colonial
at the Cannoli course.
Par is 70.
Yeah, it is what it is.
Boo that man. And the yardage is 72 hundo yards.
Yes.
I don't get it, but I'm not going to get mad. Sergio Garcia won here 20 years ago. He's in contention.
He is.
Tied third.
He's third right now. Yep.
He was hitting some lovely shots yesterday. Yeah, I mean, we made our picks on Thursday.
Yes, we did make our picks on Thursday. Would you like me to get into this?
Yeah, I mean, I'd talk more about it, but it's really just Jordan's killing it because it's Texas.
Yeah, and we've already mentioned that it looks like a fancy municipal course, not a municipal course, but like maybe a nicer country club course.
I was gonna say I've always sort of called parkland. Like deciduous trees, like not a lot of undulations. You can tell it's just sort of in the suburbs of a big city. It's like it's a 20-minute drive from Dallas, so of course, you know what I mean. It's like a really nice course outside of Dallas that everybody, you know, it's got the big houses. It reminds me a bit of Creighton.
Yes.
You know, it's like there's not a lot of imagination in the design.
Right.
Is that fair to say?
Yeah, it reminds me of RTJ a little bit too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's just sort of like they sort of designed it in a way, or they've reshaped it in a way over the last 40 or 50 years in order to basically say, like, this is where we have to make this everything wider because we're going to have patrons.
Yes. Yeah.
And we want the patrons to be able to see, and everything's going to funnel down and everything's going to do this. And like, it sort of lacks that. It just really sort of lacks that creativity and that those final 3 holes or those final sort of 5 holes that really make or break, these PGA pros. So
yeah, it really is. It's kind of a straight up golf course. It's straight up. You get out there, you hit balls and you play it. That's it. There's not a lot of guessing or crazy shot shaping that you have to do.
No.
All right. So my picks, I have Jordan Spieth, as a matter of fact.
No, I have Jordan Spieth.
First overall pick. I have Colin Morikawa and Corey Connors. My long shot is that CT Pan finishes T20.
Where's he at now?
T30.
Okay.
So he's still got time. And my prop bet was that Tony Finau missed the cut. Now that did not happen. He is currently T16. But it was kind of fun. I was banking on a fall from grace this year, and that didn't happen. You have Will Zalatoris, Daniel Berger, and Gary Woodland.
I do have Gary Woodland.
You do have Gary Woodland.
Explain why I have Gary Woodland.
Do you want me to explain why you have
Gary
Woodland?
I picked Louis Oosthuizen Wednesday, and then he dropped out.
Yes. So there was not enough time to communicate this because it was roughly 1:00 in the morning my time.
What do you mean? That's 6:50. I'm up at 6:15 in the morning.
Well, I don't know what time you wake up. I wake up
at 6:30. If you had texted me, I would have read it, and you would have had a text when you woken up saying, "Okay, my new pick is Jordan Spieth."
Well, it's
Sergio Garcia.
So you have Gary Woodland. You do have an asterisk here, and my thought was, if Gary Woodland missed the cut, then I would have kept your day 1 and day 2 points, doubled them, and then given you 100 bonus points, just because of the lack of communication on that.
Well, thank you. Why did he miss the cut?
Huh?
Go back in time and make him miss the cut.
Well, he still might do well. He's T43. I mean,
yeah, it is moving day, so
it is moving day. We'll see.
Yeah.
Your long shot was that Abraham Answer finishes within the top 10. He is T51, so that's probably not going to happen, but we'll see. And your prop bet, which is the one I actually rooted for when we talked on the phone, is that you had Patrick Reed missing the cut, and he sure did. He bogeyed the last hole yesterday to fall to 2 over par, just 1 stroke behind.
I put in a phone call.
So you've already made bonus points on that.
500 bonus points.
No, 250 bonus points. That's
okay.
What you have.
250 bonus points. I still have no idea how the points work. I just like making these picks.
I've explained how the points work
I know you explain them to me. I know that I should know this, but I just like making picks so much I don't even care. I don't care.
I also really like really high point totals in the end. So like you have across the whole year, you have 41,000 points. I really like that.
Do I really?
Yeah.
How many do you have?
38,000, almost 39,000.
I'm beating you by like 2,500.
Yeah, but you can make that we can make that up over 2 weeks. So
yeah, but are you going to?
Mug Dad only has 3,000, so he's slacking. Oh, you gotta play the music. I mentioned him.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, yep. Obligatory Mug Dad music. Nope. How'd I do this again?
You press the button.
All right, that's enough of that.
Yep. So, good job picking all 3 of your picks.
All right. I'm going to try to catch a bit of this today and tomorrow. We'll see what happens. I know we were talking about this a bit. So Jordan Spieth is back.
Yes, I think Jordan Spieth is back. I'm watching. I especially yesterday. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, just sinking putts. He looks really comfortable over his putter. And we've talked about this the past several weeks that the ball striking's there, the approach shots are there, but the putter, which is what I think everybody.
Why do I get the worst faces?
I think because you make the worst faces.
See, I just froze. That's the face I just froze with.
Jordan Spieth, we've been talking about how the only thing missing is the putter.
Yeah.
And that's what he was really known for through his major run. And especially yesterday, like everything's working. He missed the green on 18 yesterday. This is a great example.
Yeah.
Missed the green on 18 yesterday. He needs to par to maintain his lead. He misses the green on the approach shot, has to chip it back across. The green funnels back down towards the fairway. Chips it. It overruns, hangs up. He almost put it in, but it has too much speed on it, hangs up in the fringe, and he's got like this really tough left to right break back up the hill and sideways to make par and just center cups it. He just looks so comfortable doing it.
Yeah.
He made a putt for 24 feet yesterday. I think his putter's back. I think Jordan Spieth is back.
Okay.
I really do. I think he is.
Do you think
back.
Phil's back?
Yes. Phil's never gone anywhere, in my opinion, but
so this is the thing that I was a little bit surprised at.
Jordan Spieth isn't 50, so I weigh Phil's abilities a little bit differently.
Yeah. So this week was the KitchenAid Senior PGA Championship.
Yes.
Why isn't Phil playing in that?
Because he just won the PGA Championship.
So
I can tell you, my first thought when I saw that Phil was playing in this was, yeah, he just won a major championship on the PGA Tour. I bet it's months before he goes back over to the Champions Tour. It's going to be months.
I would have just gone over to just go and get that next major. Just like major back-to-back weeks, never been done, would never been done again.
Does he qualify? Did he qualify for that? Oh, I guess he would have because he won his first tournament.
Yeah.
He
won last year,
times, right? Yeah,
he definitely qualifies for it. Go and make fun of the old guys that you're still hanging in there with the young guys and go tell VJ Singh and Ernie Els to shuck on this.
Yeah.
Shuck it, Trebek.
Well, to be fair with you, Mike Weir's winning it.
Rest
right
in
now,
peace.
But Justin Furyk. Oh my God.
You
Jim
okay there?
Furyk, Ernie Els, Bernard Langer, VJ Singh, they're all outside of the top 20.
I know.
John Daly got cut.
That's what I'm saying. Go and get the senior championship. Win back-to-back majors 2 weeks in a row.
Rocco Mediate is T2 right now. I'm kind of pulling for him.
I'm what would you? I would have done that.
I think
But that's just because I'm a goofball and I would have thought it was funny.
I don't know if I would do that because what if you really did mess up? What if you had a slump and they'd be like, "See, this one's harder." I don't know. It would be a little bit of embarrassing if you missed the cut at the Champions.
I wouldn't care. Number one, the opportunity for that doesn't come along. It's not ever going to come along again.
No, it's not.
I don't think it's ever going to come along again. Number two, you've just spent the week hanging out with all of your boys, quote unquote, who are under 50 at the PGA Championship. Mm-hmm. You were 51. All of the guys you came out on tour with who were your mentors who are older than you, who are showing you the game, who when you came out at 19 and they were 40, mm-hmm. or even that, even 10 years older than you, 10, 15 years older than you, they're all on the Champions Tour. Go mm-hmm. and show the trophy around.
I did it for us, guys.
He knows all of them.
Yeah.
Better than he knows the Ricky Fowler, Matthew Wolf, Like he played on tour with those guys for decades. He's just played with these guys for like, I mean, Brooks, he final round Brooks Koepka. He's only been on tour for like 6 or 7 years.
Right.
Like I'd go up there and I'd be like, excuse me, hey, Freddie, for Mr. Couples, Freddie Couples. Yeah. You like my new trophy?
pretty cool, isn't it?
Pretty cool. Yeah.
You want to see it?
Big. Gave me a big one. How big this trophy is.
Good night.
Can I just put it on the table here?
You guys have room. I'm really sick of carrying this around. So my back.
I would pay so much money to see a Copperfit commercial with Phil Mickelson being like, this trophy hurts my back.
I need a Copperfit band.
I need a Copperfit band. My ankles are getting a bit sore from, I'm going to get some Copperfit socks because this trophy's so heavy.
It would be really good.
Yeah. Like I would take it there and I would get a bit of like masking tape and I would just write senior on it. And then I'd put it next to like PGA of America. just be like, no, this is. Oh wait, no, this isn't the senior trophy. Sorry. I thought this is the real trophy. This is my trophy.
I won this.
Yeah.
And speaking of Phil again, he only missed the cut this week by 1 stroke. Yeah. So
I would be making so many terrible jokes. So Phil, what are you going to do with the trophy? Well, I'm going to fill it with ice and bring it to Tiger's house so he can rest his foot in it. Old man, he just needs another ice bath on that foot. I mean, to be fair, Tiger would then be like, I've got 10 more.
Yeah. I know we're not going through the whole Bryson Brooks thing yet until we see where it heads. But I will tell you that one of the funniest things I've read from Phil in a long time was tweeting at the both of them. I feel like the third wheel here who shouldn't get in the middle of it, but yeah. I figured everybody was looking for the current PGA champion.
Yes.
Like he was completely uninvolved.
It was really, so like, I didn't really understand what happened. Mr. Mallon, Andrew Mallon sent me the thing and it was like, so it was an NBC blooper.
Yeah.
Or a CBS blooper. And he goes, and somebody's talking to Brooks and they're going, so, how did you play today? Like it was your casual, like post round interview.
Yeah.
And I didn't realize this, but like, I didn't realize nobody liked Bryson. I thought he had like a small group of friends. But he doesn't.
No.
And then I didn't realize, like, I always thought he was a bit annoying, but I didn't realize he was so annoying that he still wears metal spikes.
Does he?
He's the only player on tour who still wears metal spikes.
I thought you weren't allowed to wear metal spikes.
I think you are on tour. This is what I read.
No, you're right, because Tiger wore metal spikes for a long time after everybody switched over to soft spikes.
Yeah.
And now I'm pretty sure Tiger wears soft spikes that mimic the metal spikes.
Oh, okay. I guess he's like I think he can hear the metal spikes, which is why is why he like lost his train of thought, because he can hear the metal spikes.
No, I sent you. He said something about. He said, "Here we go." Brooks said, I struggled with my putting a little bit. The greens were difficult to read, and while Bryson's walking behind him, he says, maybe you should hit it on the right line.
Yeah.
And that's what set off Brooks Koepka.
Yeah, no, but I thought that was because I thought originally he sort of loses his train of thought because he can hear the metal spikes. But there's a few different versions of this story out there.
Well, whatever the story is, Brooks Koepka hates Bryson DeChambeau, and Bryson DeChambeau
hates everybody.
Like he eggs on Brooks Koepka.
Yeah.
Like it's almost like he goes out of his way to jab Brooks Koepka.
Yeah, which I'm okay with. Like, I wish Phil and Tiger had done this 10 years ago.
Yeah, but see, the difference here is that the difference here is that Bryson has no ground to stand on when it comes to Brooks Koepka. Like Phil and Tiger are elite in their own rights.
Well, I sort of had this discussion a little bit, right? Which is like
Bryson just seems immature.
Well, so this is the thing. Like Bryson came out of college as a PGA darling.
Yes.
Like he won the US Am and the NCAA singles championship in the same year.
Yes.
Which nobody had done since Tiger Woods.
Right.
He was like one of the last 5 guys. You've got Colin Morikawa, Justin Thomas, Bryson DeChambeau, Jordan Spieth, and like Rory McIlroy.
Mm-hmm.
And those are like the last 5 guys that really they've ever like included in the Tiger conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Over the last like 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
And Bryson got all of his attention 4 or 5 years ago because he had won the NCAA, and yes, it hadn't been done since Tiger. And there's like a list of like 4 guys who have done it. And it's like Jack, Tiger, and Jack, and Bryson.
Yeah, they did it twice or something.
Yeah, like they're so, yeah, you know what I mean? Like, so, and this was like back when like the USAM, like for Jack, when the USAM was basically a major, like still counted as a major. And so like he came out on the PGA Tour. He's like, oh, he's the scientist. He's the math guy because he knows what a protractor is. He's got side saddle putting and he's got the Stuart Payne hat. And he's sort of coming out. Everybody just like everybody thought he was going to be the next Ricky Fowler.
Yes.
In terms of like style, ad revenue, like Puma athlete, like likability and all that other sort of stuff. It turns out it's not true. Brooks Koepka like spent 10 years on the European tour.
Yeah.
Like grinding, comes up with this like mental formula of how he's going to win majors and then wins 4 majors in like 3 years.
Yep.
And I think he's got a WGC and like, I think the thing is everybody's been talking Bryson up and Bryson's been on the front page of golf for the last 5 years. I'm not saying he's always like but he's like the first 2 or 3 pages.
Yeah, but he's also not for all good reasons.
No. But now that he's got a USGA championship, like he's feeling big. And he's out driving everybody. But the thing is like, oh, he's out driving everybody. Phil hit the longest drive on like 16.
Yes.
Like 366 yards. And it's like,
that was nuts.
Absolutely nuts. And you're just sitting there going, I mean, you can tell he's trying to twist his spine off.
Yeah.
Like his feet are moving all like, you know, he's got back there, boom, hitting bombs. And his feet are like parallel down the fairway, like just looking there. He's just twisting. And he's out driving Brooks Koepka by like 40 yards, which 3 or 4 years ago is just unheard of. Like the distance off the tee now is incredible. It's insane.
Yeah.
But I think Bryson feels like he's led that charge.
Well, the difference between Bryson and Phil is Phil found the fairway.
Yeah. No. My argument is like that was Gary Player in the 50s and 60s.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like eking out these extra sort of like 20 yards every 10 years is like very. Then it was Jack Nicklaus who was out driving everybody, even with Persimmon Woods. You know, then you had Tiger Woods who showed up and was out driving everybody by 30 yards.
Yep.
Then
you had Rory,
DJ. You know, then in the last 10 years, it's been like DJ and Brooks. Yes. And then Bryson is like, okay, well, I'm going to put an extra 30 yards out there. And I think the big thing is Bryson doesn't quite realize that they've caught up already.
Yeah.
Like everybody's caught up. Like if there's a 350 yard par 4, like people are hitting greens. Like he's not the only one out there.
Yeah. And he's still trying to reach that first thing that he said he was going to do, which was, you know, 370.
Yeah, he wants like 370 carry. He wants it to roll out to 400.
Yeah.
Like,
but we've seen 400-yard drives.
Yeah, on downhill on a mountain in Hawaii.
Yeah, but that's what he needs to succeed at that.
Yeah.
If you have a 50-year-old at 366,
Yeah.
yeah, you're right. They've caught up. They
Yeah,
caught up
well,
before he finished.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like, he's like, oh, I'm going to the gym. Did I send you that of him lifting 100-pound weights?
Yeah, the curls, the 100-pound curls.
Those weren't curls.
They were totally curls.
They were not curls.
You can't do it.
I could.
You could not do
I
a
could.
100-pound curl. You couldn't do what he's doing. Those are curls. You're getting thrown off by the shoulder thing.
He's jumping. Those are like deadlift, like shoulder shrug. Like, number one, like he's not even turning his hands to like 90 degrees. His hands are like this. So number one, they're hammer curls.
You can't hammer curl 100 pounds.
Number two, he's jumping.
He's
so
not
that's
jumping.
like half of like a thruster, like
He's shrugging into him.
ugh. But he doesn't. The other thing is like he doesn't even get him above his pecs.
Well, that's because he's leaning over.
I'm saying like he can't even get. He doesn't even get his elbow to 90 degrees.
Because it's 100 pounds, Ben.
So
I'm telling you, we can't
lift 60 pounds and do it correctly.
Lift, bro.
Don't put. Do you even lift? Like, oh, hard work pays off. Like, oh, you got it. No pain, no gain, and then basically look like
you're in his head.
Yes, yeah. If I was Brooks Koepka, I would get one of those that's like 40 pounds, and I would Dremel it so it looked like 100 pounds, or I'd like melt it into it. Or
Why would you just get like a Hollywood weights?
To be fair, what I would really do, and you know me, and I would do this. I would get the 100-pound weight, and I would tape a piece of paper to it that said like 500 or 1,000, and they would be 3-pound weights, and then I would just be like, but they would say 100 on them.
I think Brooks lives in Bryson's head.
Oh, of course. I really would love to see like Phil and Brooks versus Bryson and whoever Bryson wants. Tiger 6 months ago.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Oh my God. Phil, Brooks, Bryson, and Tiger, the match.
That's what I want.
I would pay $50 on pay-per-view to watch that.
Who gets stuck with Bryson?
Tiger, because Tiger and Bryson are close because they do all of that. Like,
oh yeah, I guess you're right.
Yeah, like Tiger and Bryson are actually friends because Bryson is sort of like, well, I'm like, because Tiger is really, really scientific when it comes to his stuff. But what people don't
I would say Tiger and Ricky are boys more than Tiger and Bryson are boys.
Well, I think Tiger and like Justin Thomas are like besties.
They are besties.
But like what I'm saying, I know that like on Tiger's got a text chain. I know he's got a text chain with 4 players. Not because I know this personally, but because these are people who talk like he's talked about it. Like I know him and Jason Day text.
Yes.
Justin Thomas and him text. Ricky Fowler and him text. And Bryson and Tiger text. And I know this because like,
do you think him and Phil text?
No.
I wish they would.
No, I don't think they do. Do you think Tiger congratulated Phil?
Yes, he did.
Publicly or privately?
Publicly.
Yeah. Do you think privately?
Doesn't count. No.
No. You mean Tiger's foundation congratulated Tiger's publicist congratulated Phil?
Do you think Tiger and Tom Brady now have a text chain?
Tiger and Tom Brady?
Yes.
Probably. I bet they've played golf together just because like now Tom Brady's in Florida. But what I was going to say is that Bryson is very technical. Tiger is very, very technical, but for as technical as he is, he still is like 80% feel.
Yes.
So he can talk anybody through a set of clubs, his own clubs. But he's like, no, like I need a half a degree of loft because like the feel's off.
Yeah.
Like I need like 0.2 of a degree of lie because I'm not hitting the ground right.
Mm-hmm.
Like, but he does that through feel, but he can still go in there and like, he's talked about just where like he's got his own workshop and he just goes and works on his own clubs when he's not feeling up, like when he doesn't feel like sending him out. Like he does all of that. And I feel like him and Bryson sort of connected over, like they both play for Bridgestone.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm sure they both have gone at the same time and talked about Bridgestone's ball flight and things like that. Like I just think that they have enough sort of the same small circle that like they're in it. And I just know that Brooks would be like, what are we playing for today, Phil? How much? Put it on the first green. We'll see who picks it up on the way back in.
Yep.
I could just see Phil, like I could just see Brooks putting like $500 down and just putting a tee through it, like next to his ball on the putting green from like 25 feet, and just being like,
yes,
come on, Phil.
You can have it if you make it.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Like
so
there it is.
there it is. That's the Swingdom this week. We'll leave on that note because we did it. Yeah. Yeah. Sorry for my camera malfunctions. Gunnar, thank you as always for coming on and doing the show with me.
This is the best green screen day I've had.
Yeah, I've got my green screen. I wonder what happens if I just like do this.
Well, it's in a bag, so.
Did it work?
It doesn't work. It's in a bag.
I froze. What do you think of this for noise? Can you see me?
Yeah. Oh, you're gone.
Am I?
Yeah.
Where did I go?
I just see arms.
Am I gone?
Yeah, just arms. That is funny.
Should open this up a bit more and just be like, well, I guess, thank you guys for listening to the Swingdom. That's the end of the show. We'll catch you guys next Wednesday, Thursday, and enjoy watching the Charles Schwab. And you can catch us on, I almost said Netflix. Can we get a Netflix deal? Can we get one of those?
We can't get a YouTube deal.
I'd love it. Well, imagine if we were like the Netflix golf commentators. Honey, I'm working. All right, we're on Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter,
everything.
Oh, did you see? You can reach us at the swingdomofgolf@gmail.com. We got a Gmail. We got an email from somebody.
We did.
Yeah. Did you read it?
No.
Guess what they want?
What?
Can you please make me a yardage book like the yardage book you've made on your YouTube channel?
Oh.
And I'm like, well, actually, like I made that like so that you can make your own yardage book. But I'll see if I have time. I might not. So we'll see. Probably won't. If he watches this now, he knows, but he probably doesn't watch this. So, all right. Catch you on the flippy floppy.
Swinged him out.
Swinged him out.
You've been listening to The Swingdom. Remember, we're just two guys, 28 clubs, 0 putts given.
Can you see me now?
No.
What about now? All right, I'll see you later, Gunnar.
I'll see you. Bye.
Oh, that was a good show.
Hey,
What's up?
what's up? Hi, Gunnar.